gave everyone the option. They were all available to hear on time, so we're going to get started. I'm going to record this whole call, so this call is available for everyone to see afterwards, because today's going to be a really, really important call. And I'm going to start with you. You heard Cello say, first of all, that he's still very, very fired up about today. We've actually had a very busy day. I'm going to mute everybody for the moment because there's a bit of background noise. And although I've muted everybody, if I ask anyone to speak, you can unmute yourself. All you need to go to the bottom of your screen. When you go to the bottom of your screen, a bar will hover and you'll see a microphone. And when you see the microphone, then you'll be able to unmute yourself. But this weekend, Cello, myself, Brian Belton, who's on, and a group of other people were all at a training event here in the UK. I know for a lot of you guys, it wasn't possible for you to get across, which is a shame because it was an amazing event. We had Rick Robury, our master distributor, across with us. And Rick shared some training with us that he hopes, and we hope, is going to transform our business over the coming weeks and months. He also made a promise that at Christmas time, when we have our next leadership weekend, 2 weeks before Christmas, Rick will come across to see us all yet again, and he's going to share the training with us. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about the training that we did and what we saw. The first thing that I want to get across to absolutely everyone, and it came from from the training with Rick, is that today is day one. And it's day one of your new business. And the reason I'm saying day one of your new business is just for everyone who's maybe not thinking 100%, maybe doesn't understand exactly what it is that they've got themselves into. But that's exactly what this is, guys. This is your new business. It's not a hobby. It's not a job. It's your business. You own it. And from today on, every single one of us has got to own it. The good news is, although today is day one, you get another day one, because tomorrow is day one for you. And so's the day after that, and so's the day after that. And this is Rick's concept. And the idea is simple. Every day is day one, because no matter what's happened on previous days, your business can start completely anew today. Irrespective of what happened yesterday, you could have had a bad day yesterday, you could have had an awful day the day before that. But today is a new day and a new start for your business. And every day you can make it better. Only two things are going to determine what's going to make the difference to your business: your attitude and the actions that you take. And if you're not making notes, guys, start making notes, because these are going to be really, really important. Action and attitude are two of the most powerful words that you're going to hear coming across, not just today, but for weeks and months and years to come. This is the guy that Cello and I were with yesterday. This guy here in the corner with the beard, Rick Robury, and he was our guest speaker. And you can see the party that we had in the evening after we'd all done our hard day's training. Brian sadly had to leave us by then because he had something like a 4 or 5 hour drive to get back home. But Rick has his finger raised because today is day one. And he's taught this concept and drilled this concept into people all around the world. And you can see everybody raising their finger for day one. If you look right back here, this is me with my hand raised, day one. Next to me is Leslie, my fiance. Simon Brooks, the guy who introduced me to the business. Simon is a multimillionaire in this business, as is Rick. And Simon's wife, Julie, and all the rest of us, all there, saying that today is day one for our business. Let me tell you a little bit about Rick Robury. Rick Robury comes from Idaho in the USA, and he joined the company as master distributor 3.5 years ago. Nick Rick had been in network marketing in the past, but he hadn't been a distributor for many, many, many years. He'd been a consultant. But 3.5 years ago, this company asked him if he would become master distributor. And because of what he saw with the management of the company and the owners of the company, he decided he was going to do that. At that time, wealth generators as they were then, Kuvera as we are today, operated in just one country. They operated in the USA. Today, we've now opened in 70 countries around the world. And today, since Rick started, we now have 300,000 people in his team. And everyone on this call is part of Rick Robury's team. 300,000 people. Now, is Rick Robury some magician who recruits people at phenomenal rates? Well, the answer was delivered yesterday, or today, in fact. And the answer is no. Rick has personally sponsored just 18 people in 3.5 years. And then he's worked with those people. He's worked through all of their contacts, and he's helped to turn them into master marketers. And some of those master marketers that he's brought into the business in the last 3.5 years are today earning $160,000 a month. You see, when we brought you into this business, we told you all about the 500 Club, and we told you that we could help you to make $500 extra a month, and $500 will transform people's lives. But the opportunity is so much bigger than that. I just said, from sponsoring 18 people, Rick has built a team of 300,000 people. To get to the highest level in our pay plan, you need just 20,000 people in your team. So if in 3.5 years he's built 300,000, how quickly do we reckon he might have got to 20,000? I don't know the answer to that, and I didn't ask the question. But what I do know is, what do you get paid if you get 20,000 people in your team? The answer is $350,000 a month royalty with 20,000 people in your team. And that is just one paycheck that we have. Just one. Yet with this business, we get paid 35 times a month. Now, how do you get paid? In any job that you have, most companies, you get paid once a month. Maybe you get paid once a week. But we get paid 35 times every single month. So let's tell you how that works. That $350,000 check that Rick picks up, he gets every single month for building his team. In addition to that, we get paid crypto bonuses every single week for selling crypto. Crypto has become our fastest selling product in the 4 months that we've had it. It's magnified our business. It's doubled our business every single month for the last 4 months. We're growing like crazy purely because of crypto. And in addition to $350,000 a month, Rick gets paid $30,000 a week just in crypto bonuses. Not that he's out selling crypto packs, although he does sell crypto packs, but he's not selling crypto packs himself, because when everyone else on his team sells it, he gets paid overrides on it. So he's earning 30 grand a week in addition to 350. But not just that, he also gets paid for crypto mining every day, because he's taken some of the profits and he's invested into our mining packs. And he showed everybody today his phone, and he showed everybody his Coinbase app on his phone that shows people how much he's getting paid in crypto every single day. And we've only had crypto mining for 5 months. Yet Rick is earning $1,000 a day in crypto mining as well. Now, if you put that together, $350,000, in royalty bonus, $120,000 a month in crypto bonuses, and another $30,000 a month just in crypto mining. That has Rick earning $500,000 a month. Now, those are crazy, crazy numbers. Those are telephone numbers, and the numbers we can only dream of. Except, well, they're real, because one guy's doing it already. And a lot of guys in our team are earning $100, $150, $200,000 and more every single month. Not just one or two people. We're talking 10 and 20, and the number is growing every month of people who are hitting telephone numbers by building a team and following a simple system. And there's no limit to how much you can get paid for selling crypto or mining crypto. The numbers just keep on going up. You need just two things, and this was the principle that Rick was teaching everybody to become a success with this business. First of all, you need vision. You need to believe that you can do it. So first and foremost, have some vision, have ambitions, set yourself a target and go for it. And the second thing, the thing that makes it all happen, is massive, massive action. And that's where we are today. We're right at the vision stage, and we're now learning to put in massive action. And that's what we've got to take from our meetings with Rick over the weekend and pass that across to all of you guys as well. So I want to talk a little bit more about numbers, and not just the numbers that we're talking about in terms of dollar figures today. I want to talk about how we actually go out and earn those numbers. And the rule's really, really simple. Talk to more people and earn more money. That's it. Purely and simply. Our business is about talking to people. It's about getting our message across. And our message is very, very simple. All you need to do to get on your way to earning those absolute telephone numbers is to invite people to listen to our calls that we hold 3 times a week in the UK, once a week in the USA, and if we need more in the USA, if the numbers rise, then guys, I'll make sure there's more calls for you. But we just need to invite people to listen to calls. You don't have to present yourself. You don't have to explain anything. The company will take care of doing the explaining for you. If you invite people to listen to the call by saying something as simple as, listen, I've got this opportunity, I've just got involved with this business, we have a call, it may be for you, it might not be for you. Have a listen to this. If you don't like it, it's not a problem. That's it. That's your simple invitation. Take it away from people if need be, but get people to listen to the call. And the more you get them to listen to it, the more money you're going to make. Now, the fact's obvious. Not everybody says yes. Some are going to say yes, they will, and some will say they won't. But you know what? So what? Doesn't matter, because the more you ask, some will, some won't. So what? Doesn't matter if they say no. What matters is you use numbers. There is a town in Mexico. We actually have a convention going on in May of next month. Yeah, next month. In Mexico, and it's not too far from this little town in Mexico called Sinaloa. And I first heard of Sinaloa probably 25 years ago. But when I heard of Sinaloa, I wasn't told about Sinaloa being a Mexican city. I was told that Sinaloa stood for safety in numbers and the law of averages, SINALOA. When it came to safety in numbers, as far as safety in numbers are concerned, the rule's very, very simple. The more people you speak to, the safer you are. Because as many people as you like can say no. The majority of people will probably say no to your opportunity. But the more people you speak to, the closer you get to someone who says yes to your business. So don't take a no as being a rejection, or don't take a no as saying that it's not going to work for you. Every no that you get when you're talking to people about this business gets you one step closer to a yes. And I'm going to go through some things just to explain why the numbers are going to work for you. First and foremost, as far as we're concerned, with our business, we've tried to make it as simple as we possibly can for you. Everything that we do works in blocks of 3. The deal's very simple. You join us and we ask you to go out and find just 3 people. So you go out and you find John. And you tell John that you want him to listen to the message and see what he has to say. John listens to the message. He hears a lot of other people getting excited, and he says, yeah, I could probably do that. So he gets started. You have another word with Joe. Joe says the same, and so does Mary. When John, Joe, and Mary all get started to look at this business, your job of looking for people for yourself is done. Your job now is to help John to go out and find his 3 people. You do the same thing with Joe. Get Joe to find his 3 and help Mary to find her 3 as well. And once you've accomplished that and those guys have got their 3 apiece, the company rewards you with a $500 bonus that comes in every single month, month in, month out, month in, month out, forever. Now let's put $500 a month into context for you, because $500 doesn't sound like a huge amount in the first instance to a lot of people. Some of the people that we're talking to, some of the people on this call, see $500 as being a vast amount, because in some of the countries that we operate in, $500 is a month's wages for some people. But for some of us, it's not. But let's put it into context. $500 a month is $6,000 a year. Now, if you don't think $500 is much, what could you do with an extra $6 grand a year? And if you stay with this business for 10 years, and you just got your $500 a month for the next 10 years, then that means you would have got $60,000. You stay with us for 20 years, you'd have got $120,000. But all that you've done to be paid $120,000 is go out and find John, Joe, and Mary. And then you've helped John, Joe, and Mary find 3 people each. Just find those 9 people and you get paid $120,000 over the next 20 years. That's an amazing amount of money. But the reality of it is, it never stops there. Because when John sees that you've done that, John goes out and he helps his 3 people find 3 people each so that he can have his piece of it. And Joe does the same, and Mary does the same. And then you're not getting paid $500 a month. Then you're getting paid $1,000 a month. And then you're getting paid $2,000, then $4,500, then $9,000 a month. And every time you step up one level in our business, your monthly check doubles and doubles and doubles until you end up doing what Rick Roberry has with just a few people, and you turn it into a vast army of people, and you end up on $120,000 and $160,000 and $350,000 a year, all starting with 3 people. Now, I'm going to switch this off now. I'm going to switch the screen share off, and I'm going to take back to the camera. And let's just talk to all the guys that we have on, because so far we're talking about great numbers there and incredible opportunities, but it's not always as easy as you think, unless you approach it with the right attitude. Now, we have a guy on the call right now who's been with us for probably less than, I think he's just about approaching 7 weeks in our business. and he's just hit the 500 club. So he's gone out and he's got his 3 people, and his 3 people have got 3 each. And he's actually got a few more besides that as well, who are still sort of floundering a little bit. But he's gone out and he's already attacking this business simply by using those law of averages. So if I can look into here and just find where he is, I want to introduce you to Peter Wylocke. Peter comes from Belgium, but he lives in Denmark, and Peter's doing exactly what I've just described, but without knowing tons of people. A few of the people that he's introduced to this business are friends of his. The majority are people that he doesn't know yet. So Peter, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay, Peter, what I'd like to do is go through how you're finding people and see if you can talk it through with me, and these guys can all make notes just so they can find out exactly what you're doing, and let's see if we can get everybody copying exactly the movements that you're making.
Yeah.
So, well, first and foremost, of the people that you've got, how many of those people are your friends?
20%.
20%. So 80% of the people in your team you didn't know before you joined Covera. Okay.
That's what we call the cold market. Yeah.
Okay. So how do you go about finding these people if they're cold market? Because I know that a lot of people are wary of actually approaching their friends. A lot of people think they don't want to pester their friends with something. Maybe they think their friends have seen them join other things in the past, but they don't know how to approach a cold market. Again, what are you doing?
Well, first of all, I'm doing daily action. Yeah.
Okay.
What I do is I do 10 friend requests a day.
Okay.
And my second action is I am really sending out 20 voice messages on Facebook a day.
Okay. Let me just go back to the friend request first of all.
Yeah.
Who are you finding as friends? Who are you sending friend requests to?
Yeah. Okay. I have different ways of finding people. Mm-hmm. So first of all, I have a list of suggested contacts. Yeah. Everybody has a list of suggested contacts.
These are just the people that Facebook suggests to you?
Yeah. So I go through a lot of them, and if the profile is attracting me in a way that it's a professional picture, mm-hmm. or the cover photo looks nice, or there is a quote that I'm interested in, especially if they are coming from legends like Robert Kiyosaki, mm-hmm. Eric Worre, those two, or Jim Rohn, those 3 are, for me, enough to have 30 people a day.
Okay, so those are quotes from people who are probably involved in network marketing, or they're pretty.
Not necessarily. They are just inspired by those legends.
Yeah.
So they have taken copies of quotes of those legends and put them on their timeline.
All right. Or alternatively, the pretty people.
So that's for me enough to at least contact them.
Okay. And when you contact them, how are you contacting them?
Well, in most cases, I use a voice message.
Okay.
I just talk to them. I present myself. I'm Peter. I'm from Belgium, living in Denmark. And then I always start with a compliment. I say to the people, wow, your profile picture look very professional. Or I saw your intro on your Facebook page, a quote that was connecting me, or it was inspiring me, or have the same kind of thinking. All those kind of things, you give a compliment, and at the same time, that person knows, oh, he is on the same page. Yeah?
Okay.
And then I just say, what if I can show you a way that you and I can both make drastic impact and create massive income? Would you be open to listen to our offer. That is one of my key sentences that I always put in my voice messages. The positive thing about those messages is that you only have 1 minute. On Facebook, you have only 1 minute. On WhatsApp, you can talk many minutes, but that's not good. You have to really limit your content in 1 minute.
Okay. And you're sending, how many voice messages are you sending out a day, did you say?
It's around 20 a day.
20 a day. Okay. So are the voice messages always going to the people that you interview, that you send friend requests to?
No. Either I send them a voice message or I send them a friend request.
But not both?
Not both, no.
Okay.
No, because that's confusing. No.
I agree. I just want to make sure everyone understands this.
Yeah.
Okay. So that means effectively you're making 30 new contacts a day.
Yeah.
20 by voice message,
yeah,
and 10 by friend request.
Yeah. What I often, today I was looking into the Indian target market.
Okay.
Because I want to help one of the people from Kun.
Okay.
So, and there I often saw that they are already self-employed or entrepreneur or this or that. Then I don't do a voice message.
You don't?
No.
Why is that?
Why? Because I know that they are already in network marketing.
Okay.
And I just sent a friend request. And if they accept it, then I talk to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then my way of phrasing is a little bit different. Then I always say, I know that you are on within network marketing already, but if you still haven't received or achieved the dreams that you want to achieve, if I can offer you a way to make extra income for you, to be able to fulfill your dreams, would you be open to listen? So then I give it a little turn.
Okay. Okay. So in terms of response then, what kind of response do you get from people?
Well, today I got, in total, it was 4, but in the meantime, it's 6. 6 out of 20. So today is a good day.
6 out of 20 is a good day.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that it will end up with an interview, or it's just that they accepted my message and they say, yes, I'm interested, I want to know more.
What is an average day?
Why, it's 3 or 4.
3 or 4. Okay.
But I have days that is 0. Eh?
Yeah. Okay. But the average is 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how long does it take you to send out 10 21-minute messages and 10 friend requests?
Well, it depends on how criticized I am to go for this or that profile, but let's say 1 hour.
1 hour.
Yeah.
So in 1 hour you can send out 30 contacts one way or another, and then you're gonna wait for those people to come back to you.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Yeah. I have a good anecdote here. I had a guy 7 weeks ago. I sent him a message. Yeah. And today he reacted on it.
7 weeks later.
And he said, oh, sorry, I have never seen your message, he said. But that's logic, because I was not a friend with him.
Yeah.
So those messages sometimes end up in their message requests or something. It's hidden.
Yeah. Yeah.
If they are not online, then the message is gone.
Okay. All right. But so we're saying now we're talking about 30 contacts a day. How long have you actually been doing this for, this system that you're talking about?
Only 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Okay. So, and how many days a week do you have as days off?
To be honest, today I never have a day off, but today, okay. Let's say I did it on a lower pace.
Okay. All right. So, okay. So you never have a day off.
No.
We're gonna accept that some people want to have days off, but the way you're gonna, I want to try and whittle numbers down and try it so people understand numbers. So if we say 30 a day times 7 days a week, that means 210 contacts, and you've been doing that for 3 weeks. So that means we're talking about 600 230 contacts that you sent out in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But for that, it's only been taking you 1 hour a day to send those out. How many people have you sponsored in those 3 weeks?
Well, almost all of them.
So
I think 8 or 9.
put numbers on because everyone else doesn't know the numbers.
8.
So 8 people, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
So 8 people divided by 630. So we're looking at a little over 1%.
Which is not good.
No, I think that's very good. You see, that's the thing. You see, a lot of people think that this business is all about hitting big numbers, and it's not, because 1%, the reality of it is 1 hour a day, 7 days a week for 3 weeks has put you in the 500 club.
Yeah, and now I'm already on my way to 4K. So now I will start getting benefits from my 3 weeks action, in fact.
Which just verifies the numbers that I just said.
Yeah.
Because the figures are growing. You already know, because what we should add, in fact, is that in addition to earning $500 royalty bonus, how many crypto packs have you sold this week?
5.
You sold 5 crypto packs. Are they $500 packs, $1,000 packs?
No, 1,000.
All $1,000 packs.
That's 200 volume points, and that's 6% commission. Yeah.
Okay, so for every pack that you sell, you've got $60 in commission.
Yeah.
So you've got $300 commission this week. Yeah, and we know that you get paid that on a weekly basis. So providing you stick to doing the same efforts, then you're looking at $300 a week in commissions.
And that was without your link, Roger?
That was without my link.
So it will go even better.
We hope so. We hope so. So that means we're looking at $1,200 a month in crypto bonuses and $500 in royalty. Plus the volume from the crypto is pushing you up to get you closer to the next rank.
Yeah.
So next month, you expect to rank up and go from $500 a month to $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
Plus $1,200 a month in crypto, which will mean in the space of less than 3 months in business, your business is paying you more than $2,000 a month.
Yeah.
So that means if you did nothing else but just maintain that same level, you'd be looking at $25,000 a year with the effort that you started and actually produced in the last 3 weeks. But we all know that the numbers have to go up because you're bringing in other people who are duplicating what you're doing.
Yep.
And therefore, we've already put you significantly on the road to doing exactly what Rick Robury is doing. Now, not everybody can be a Rick Robury, and not everybody is going to build 300,000 people in their team in the space of the next 3.5 years. But I said as I went through the marketing plan, it actually takes less than 10% of what Rick's done to hit the top rank. So if you do less than 10% of what Rick does, and even if it took you 10 years to get through to that, in 10 years' time, you could hit that top rank and earn $350,000 a month. Would it really matter if it took you 10 years to get to that? I think for any of us, the answer's got to be no.
Mm.
Thanks for that, Peter. That was immensely helpful, and I hope that everybody made tons and tons of notes about what Peter's doing. Now, I said this call had been recorded. It's going to take a little editing at the end of the call, but not too much. And I'll make sure that this is available for everybody within the next 48 hours. So you can watch this and stop it and replay it and make notes on exactly what Peter is doing. Just one other thing. You said that you're talking to all of these people, so you're probably speaking to, by what you said, you're probably speaking to 4 people per day.
Yeah.
What are you saying to those 4 people a day?
Yeah.
Once you actually get on the phone to them.
Yeah. When I always have the same structure, 4 subjects should be in the call. Otherwise, it's not a good call. I always started asking about their family situation.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have a partner, wife, or kids? Or that's always my first question, to break the ice a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I ask them what they're doing for a living.
Yeah.
Yeah. Third question is, do they have spare time?
Yeah.
On top of family and work. And then the most important question is, what hurts them the most? Their why. What hurts you?
Okay.
It's not a why till you cry, but it's a daily thing. I hear people saying, I go to work, I'm in a traffic jam all day long. That's one of the good reasons for me to jump to the next step, is inviting them, of course, to our opportunity. Yeah.
Okay. Now, when you invite them to our opportunity, what do?
I just ask them if they can make themselves available on either Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Mm-hmm. There is an opportunity call, takes half an hour. It's just explaining about the products, a little bit about the compensation plan, and you hear other people talking about their start of the business.
Okay. And do you prefer that to trying to explain it yourself?
It depends. If I am calling a person on the Friday, then I do it myself because the bridge is too long to the next Tuesday.
But if it were on a Tuesday, or if it were on a Monday,
yeah, then it's easy for me. Then I don't have to talk so much. Then I just refer to the call in the evening, or the day after, or 2 days later.
Now, I know some people have problems when it comes to inviting people on calls.
Yeah.
And I know when you first started, you weren't getting as much success as you are today. What made the difference?
The main thing that I do, and that I learned from Simon, that is really ask them a firm question that they have to promise to be on the call. You have to say those words. They have to promise to be on the call, because I only have 10 seats available and I have 3 remaining. So if you say yes, that you will be on the call, you have to say, promise me that you're on the call. They have to say it to me, or write it down, but I have to see it.
Yeah.
So sense of urgency that this is an important call, and if they are not showing up, that's a shame for them. But also I have let wait another one that wanted to be on the call, but he couldn't because the other one promised. And that's what I'm telling them the day after, if they were not on the call.
Okay. So you're making
Then I learned, and then the response rate went up.
Okay, so you picked that up from Simon.
Yeah, I did.
After the call.
Yeah.
After they listen to the call, then what happens?
Well, they have to. Normally, they come to us. They have to say either option 1, option 2, or option 3. That's what Simon Lennon is always wrapping it up.
He is. And then, so for people who are new, or people who may not listen to the UK calls, our UK host is a guy called Simon Lannon. And he always ends the call by saying, get back to the person who invited you to this call and tell them if you are a 1, a 2, or a 3. A 1, you're not interested in this business. Number 2 means you're interested, but you need more information. And a 3 means you're interested, you want more information, but you want to get started right now and find out and learn as you earn. So that's how Simon always wraps that call up.
Yeah.
So they come back to you and they say, I'm a what? Tell me what the choices are.
Yeah, but I have to admit, not 10% of the people are automatically replying to me the day after.
Okay.
No, they don't do it. So I'm asking them.
Yeah.
In fact, at that moment, I don't really care if they were on the call or not. I just ask them, what attracted you the most in this call?
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, you get different kind of answers. Oh, I couldn't make it. The internet was broken, this and that. So then you hear a lot of answers, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But the people that just said, I couldn't make it, I gave them a second chance.
Okay. Now, what happens if you get someone on and they start asking you questions that you don't know the answer to?
Yeah, automatically it's the system that I follow. The third step after they have received the information on the email as a package and they were on the call, or they were on the call, either of the two, there is always a three-way.
Okay.
Yeah, and if it is, yeah, for me, I am directly sponsored by Simon, so it's always with Simon.
Mm-hmm.
But for people in my team, if someone is interested, if they don't have any network marketing experience, then the three-way is with me.
Mm-hmm.
But if it is someone with network marketing background, then they just have to go directly to Simon. Simon is taking those calls.
Okay. Now, how many times a day do you contact Simon?
Even this weekend, when he was on the leadership weekend, it was 3-4 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
And also with you, Roger.
Yeah, also with me.
No.
And also with Chris Lengel.
Yes. Yeah.
Because if, for whatever reason, if you can't get hold of me, you can't get hold of Simon,
Yeah.
you reach out to Chris Lengel as well, because you have a whole team of people behind you.
Yeah, and that is crucial for me, and I also think it's crucial for the rest of the team. Feel the support at any time.
I think it is crucial because what I do find is the amounts of people who get started and may reach out. So I know a lot of my guys will reach out to me. Very few people reach out to Simon. In fact, I think you're probably the only one in my team who will reach out past me to Simon. But I'm not always available because I have other people to speak to as well. And if I'm not available and you need an answer quickly, there are other people that you can speak to. So there is Simon, there is Chris Lengel, because particularly if you happen to be in the USA, then sometimes I just happen to be asleep when you guys have got people with you. But you do have Chris Lengel that you can speak to. And for Luca, who's over in Africa, the hours are even different. Although, in fact, as it happens, the hours in Africa are the same times as Peter has over in Denmark.
Yeah. Zambia and Denmark is the same.
Yeah, Zambia and Denmark is the same. We have new people in, Luca has team members in Ghana. I'm guessing Ghana is pretty much on the same time zone as well. So you guys, you can contact us pretty much any time. And if I'm not around, you will have access to Simon Brooks, who is my sponsor, and you can speak to him as well, and Chris Lengel if you happen to know anyone in the USA. Something that was interesting that came out of today's call, today's training with Rick Robury, is that Rick told every one of us that we now all have a global opportunity. It doesn't matter which country you live in or which country you know people in. Chances are very, very good that we already operate in that country. And there will be someone on your upline who can help you reach out and connect to those people. So if you have any contacts, no matter where in the world you are, reach out to me, reach out to Simon, reach out to Chris Lengel. One of us will be able to put you in touch with someone who can help you with someone, whether they happen to be in Europe, in Africa, in Asia, whether they're in Australia, the USA, anywhere on the planet. We have somewhere now. 3.5 years down the line, we've got 300,000 people around the world marketing this opportunity. We have one giant team of people. And the beauty of this business compared to most of the network marketing companies that I've ever seen is that people cooperate. They cooperate cross-line, upline, downline, sideline. Peter, you tells me that your experience with a previous network marketing company was that you didn't get the kind of help and support that you get with this business.
No.
So the help is all there for you guys. I've talked an awful lot right now, and I've covered a lot, but I haven't covered half of what I wanted to cover. I got back quite late from the training that Cello and I were on earlier on today. Cello, whilst I have you on, I'm going to unmute you. And can you just tell people a little bit about what you heard today and how you felt about the training and how it makes you feel about the opportunity that you have right now?
Well, I must say I was there for the actual, mixing with the positive thinking people and friends, and of course, Rick Roby was throwing out some nuggets out there and really telling us all how to actually build a business with, with positiveness and action and attitude, and keep with the system. Anything you're not sure about, there's always someone who's on the upline who can reach out to you, and and just day one was emphasized, both yesterday and today, and that's it. And I got a lot out of it, and it's made me more confident now to go out and make me more confident to speak to individuals, prospects, or whoever, especially with the business cards. I now know what to say as I'm handing the cards out. So that's helped me a lot.
Just touch on that bit, because I had a conversation last week with Merrily, and we were talking about business cards. And Merrily was asking me, should she have a business card, and what would it say? And Merrily, I sent you copies of the card that I use. Cello, have you got one of your cards there?
I've got one here, actually, yes.
Can you hold it in front of the camera so people can see it?
I can't actually.
We can see just a tiny bit higher.
Oh, okay.
Lower. No,
Okay.
oh, there, perfect.
Hey.
Okay, so there's Cello's business card, and the front of that looks like a British banknote. The design is from a £20 note, but you can see that it was changed to say £1 million, and it says on it, "Please turn me over." So do me a favour, Cello, turn it over.
Right. Okay.
And on the back of it, you can see what it says there. It says, if you are happy with what you've got, don't visit. It doesn't tell you to visit. It says, if you're happy with what you've got, don't visit. And then a website address, www.profitfromyourmobile.com. Make a note of that website address, because no matter where you are in the world, that website address is still relevant to you. So make a note of it, www.profitfromyourmobile.com. The card then says, please pass this on to someone else. If you're happy with what you want, don't visit this. Pass the card on to someone else. I can't read the writing underneath that, Cello. And then we've just got Cello's name, telephone number, and email address.
Right.
Cello, just quickly turn it over and just read the bit that it says underneath, where it says pass it on to someone else. What does it say underneath that?
Right. It says, the most expensive thing you can have is a closed mind.
Okay.
Open yours now and call the number below.
Okay. The card was designed, and the wording of it was designed by Simon Brooks. Simon Brooks is, as many of you know by now, is a very, very old friend of mine. I've known Simon for more than 27 years now. been one of my best friends. He was at my wedding when I married my late wife, and he's been in this business for more than 30 years. In those 30 years, Simon's made more than $14 million out of network marketing. He chose those words very, very carefully. And Simon gets straight to the point with all of that. Now, the profitfromyourmobile.com is a website with a very short video that's hosted or presented by Simon. So once people have looked at the video, they then get back to Cello. And once they get back to Cello, Cello will either invite them to go on the call, the same as Peter does. We're okay with that now, Cello. We can say it, thank you. And he'll either get back to that, or alternatively, he then passes them on to me, and I'll have a word with them and do a three-way call or whatever. So what I hope you guys have picked out of tonight's call is an actual method. Unlike most of the calls that we've put, we've told you things in the past. A message there, I've just got a message here from Kern saying, could we do the same for Belgian? Kern, I'm going to unmute you just so you can tell me exactly what you mean by could you do the same. So ask your question, please.
Yes, I was wondering if we could do the same, but a little bit of different setup for the cards, for using in Belgium.
We'll ask Peter to speak to Simon.
Yeah.
And we can do one of two things. Peter, you could translate the cards into Belgian if you wish, and see if Simon can get them printed, or alternatively, Peter, you can take care of finding someone to get them printed over there.
Translating from English to our language, the power is in most cases gone.
I would do it in English, but I just would change the pound bill in front.
Yeah,
okay.
Because that's a little bit hard for the people here otherwise.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
Well, see if you can create €1 million notes.
Yeah.
I'm sure the authorities will love that.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's only a little bit of Photoshop to create a big euro note. Yeah. But then, yes, the principle is the same. Those cards are a very simple introduction. And Rick, those cards, as much as Simon created the wording for the back of it, the use of the cards was Rick's idea when he came across late last year to the UK. And Simon was giving everyone giving Rick credit for that card today, for the design and for the use of it, and it's already working over here. Cello put out something to the order of 2,000 cards over the space of the last, how long, Cello? 6 weeks?
Yeah, 6 weeks, something like that.
Yeah. But put 2,000 cards out. You do not get a phenomenal result from it. You don't get masses of calls, but you do get calls, and Cello's had a couple of calls, and there are a couple of people that I still have to speak to for him. And the cards cost, in this country, we're paying about £20 for 2,000 cards. We're working on the basis of volume. You know, we've got a printer who's doing a very good deal for us. You're going to have to shop around and find the right deal over there. But you can do that in
Vistaprint, or what is it?
No, it's not Vistaprint. No, it's a printer that Simon has come up with. Vistaprint, well, Vistaprint will, I think they're more expensive than that. But Vistaprint, the more you print, the cheaper the price gets.
Yeah.
And Vistaprint do a good job, and they arrive very quickly these days. And the quality of cards that they use has improved dramatically.
Can I do a suggestion, Roger? Because when I see a business card, my head starts to roll.
Yeah.
So maybe it's an idea to just on the business card make a kind of a QR code, and if they scan it in, there is a link to the opportunity call.
You could put a QR code on it. There's nothing to stop you from doing that.
No, but then, I mean, if they read it, they have a direct link to the opportunity call, and then they fill in from whom they got the card, and they sign up for the call.
Yep, those things, all of those things can be done.
Yeah.
Good idea. Yeah,
And they're
brilliant.
not very difficult to do either.
You just need to cover that the person that has given the card also that he knows that was my prospect that was on the call. So you have to be making it transparent, of course.
The one thing about it is that the card as it's designed today forces people to go back to the person who put the card out.
Okay.
Because when you go to profit from your mobile, you see Simon speak, but Simon simply says, get back to the person who sent you here. And they have the card with the name and the telephone number on. So that way we do it back. And the same thing applies with the website that I've just created for crypto. And it tells people they must go back to the person who sent you there.
Yeah.
So the websites that we've got there that are to help your marketing activities are all designed to send people directly back to you to make sure that you're not losing any prospects anywhere and no one else is sort of helping themselves to your prospects. So I hope, as I said, that we've come up with some useful stuff tonight. I want to make sure that we're giving you stuff that you can take away today and put into action straight away. Because the two words that I got out of this weekend from Rick more than anything else were attitude, having a positive attitude about everything that we're doing, and action, putting everything into action. Because right now we have lots and lots of very positive people who are very positive about their business, but are possibly not putting in the action that they can put in. And we want to try and find simple steps to help you guys to build your business and do something, even if it's only a single action every day, as long as you're taking some action every day that is positive and is designed to increase your business. And the bottom line, the only action that will increase your business is inviting people to look at the opportunity. Whether you're inviting people to look at the product and buy crypto, or whether you're inviting people to actually go on to a call, an opportunity call, whether the opportunity call is here in the UK, and for the people in Africa, you can plug people into the UK calls, or for people in the US, we've now got Chris's weekly call. And as I said, if we get to the point where we have more people that we can get on one call, I'll happily go back to doing my calls over and over again, and we'll do as many calls as you need for as many people as you can get. It doesn't take a phenomenal amount to make this business incredible. Something Rick said today, earlier on today, is that no matter who you are, the likelihood is with your business today, you are just one person away from an explosion in your business, an absolute explosion. And you don't know who that one person is. It could be the person who sat next to you on the train going to work. It could be absolutely anybody. It could be the guy who sat next to you in a restaurant or anything. Reach out and talk to people. I'm going to have one more person just say a little bit about what he saw this weekend. So Brian, you were there too. Can I just unmute you?
Yep. Hi, Roger.
How are you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks.
You saw an awful lot of the training yesterday as well.
Yeah, it was a really long day for me. It's a 4-hour drive up, 5-hour drive home. But,
it was a shorter day than some of the people that we had, because some of them are up till 6 a.m. drinking.
Yeah.
Not me. I was a good boy. I was in bed a little after 1. But go ahead. Tell us what you saw yesterday and what you got out of yesterday.
So when I first arrived, it was like there's a little bit off-putting for me, first of all, because you're meeting people for the first time. But once you sat down and start chatting, you know, it's like you've known people for a long time. But what I found from yesterday was it's ordinary people with ordinary lives making significant changes, and that's what's important, because we're not all superstars, we're not all celebrities, we're not people that are impacting other people's lives daily. We're trying to make an impact on our own lives, and that's what's important. You know, when Simon Lannon stood up and told his story, I had a lump in my throat. I had to hold back and not cry, to be honest. When you meet this guy and you hear his story, that's how phenomenal it is. The same with when I met Rick. You know, he came over to me, shook my hand, I stood up, I shook his hand, and he gave me a hug straight away. It's like the power of people. It's not because of their wealth and generosity, it's because of the individuals, and that's what makes this sort of network more appealing to me. You know, I think you've covered most of the training from yesterday, you know, activity and attitude, but you got to remember Rick's head coach. So,
yeah.
I'll never be able to take that away. I'll absolutely never be able to take that away. All right, guys, we've spoken for an hour. Let me open everybody's mics and let's just hear from everyone else. Guys, has today's call been helpful for everybody?
Yeah.
Yes, one of the. I think this is the best one for me, I reckon.
Thank you.
This is the best
So you
one.
will be in the 500 club. Or you are already, I don't know.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
Cello,
You will be then.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
That's the challenge for you, Cello. 500 club next month.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, Peter. Thank you.
We do it.
Yes, Peter.
Okay.
Yes.
Day one.
Right,
Day
you're
one.
close, man.
One.
You're close.
I know. I spoke to Simon today. I spoke to him today.
Okay.
Good.
And Julie, Marilee, did the call help?
I think
Very much so. Thank you.
Yeah, you guys are lucky that you have those activities over there. I'm going to have to bring somebody here.
I've got to say, Julie, sorry, Marilee, and Julie as well, though. Marilee, I know you've already reached out to Chris, but speak to those guys and find out what there is around you, because the reality of it is we're barely scratching the surface in the UK and Europe. The majority of what happens within Cuvera, or wealth generators as we are, happens in the USA and South America. And the teams of people that are over there is huge, and the support network will do everything we can. So we'll do the calls to help as much as I can, and you both know. I know that you guys both know that I will do everything I can to help. But as much as that, for the rest of you guys, Marilee and Julie and I have worked together for a number of years on a couple of projects now. And so we came into this business at exactly the same time. But for both of you, Chris Lengel was someone who you both know that I only know for the same length of time as you do. But what I have found is whatever I ask for, he does. And he'll find someone who can help you with any kind of events. There are events happening all over the place. My geography is shocking for both of you. Julie, Marilee, how far are you from Vegas?
Way across the country.
Okay. Marilee?
About a 2-hour plane ride.
2-hour plane ride. Okay. It's a shorter one than mine then.
Yeah.
You obviously know that there is the conference in August in Vegas. We were talking about it an awful lot today and saying about the benefit of trying to get as many people as possible to Vegas. I may, and I'm putting a may on this, I may not be able to make it because I may have to have surgery on my knees before then. And if I can't walk, I can't walk. But if I can walk, then I'll be walking to a plane to get myself over to Vegas, and hopefully I could meet you both there. But the support that you need will always be there, and whatever we need, we'll find it for you. But even though we don't have face-to-face meetings like this, there are more and more things that are happening online that we can do for you as well. But hopefully, just today, just with the talk of business cards merrily, and with some small actions and listening to how Peter is going out and taking a daily method of operation. If you can put an hour a day, I know the pair of you are busy. If you can do an hour a day, if you can do half an hour a day, if you can only do an hour a week, as long as you're doing something that's doing that, it'll just, the only difference will be the smaller the time, the longer it will take to get there, but nonetheless it will work. And you both already know that we're plugging people in and that your team is growing at a certain rate anyway. It's whatever we can do to make it grow faster.
Well, I like the way that he's finding people on Facebook. I think that's really creative.
I think it's very creative as well, and that was why I wanted to make sure that you had it here. Rather than me repeat the stories, I wanted you guys to be able to hear it directly from Peter and hear step by step what he's doing. And as I said, within the next 48 hours, I'll have a recording of this video up for you, so you can all go back and look at it whenever you want. I would highly recommend that each of you take a leaf out of Peter's book, because Peter said the people that he's contacting are the suggested friends that Facebook is giving him.
But that's one channel, eh? I didn't tell the other channels. There are no more channels.
Tell me more then, go on, but let's take another 5 minutes.
Yeah, because what I also do, I have Eric Laura page that is coming on my timeline every day. He is doing Facebook Lives. He is putting quotes, putting comments on it. What I do is always not just like it with a thumb, but I always do a love heart. And then I make a comment myself. That's important that you do that, because other people, they read your comment and you also get likes. And that's, for me, another way to talk to people. And that's
one of the things that Fraser Brooks says is to do the wow face, that orange wow face.
Yep.
The wow, yeah?
Yeah,
also put a comment. Yeah. Not only the wow, but also the comment.
Comments, yes, comments as well.
Yeah, and also use your own timeline. If you have things that is within your way of working, so I love leadership. And I love Robert Kiyosaki. So I put those two together, and from time to time, I put a quote on my own timeline. That takes a while before you get more and more likes, but it's not the number of likes that counts. It is people have seen it, and then they contact you. It's attracting people. It's not chasing people. It's ways to attract people.
Which is absolutely true. And as you guys know, you've all seen me doing the same thing, and Peter's liked them as much as everybody else has. And I do have people who contact me, and I've recruited people who I did not know. They've simply contacted me and asked if they can sign up with me because I do those activities.
Yeah.
But guys, we have done enough now. We're going to cut it short. What I will say is, on the basis of mentioning Fraser Brooks as well, on Thursday evening at 9 p.m. London time. Tuesday. My apologies. Tuesday evening, 9 p.m. London time. So what's that? That's 4 p.m. Eastern for you guys in the States, and for the guys in Europe and Africa, we're looking at 10 p.m. Fraser is doing a Facebook Live, and he's interviewing Eric Worre. He's one of the biggest names in network marketing. He's one of the biggest, most influential trainers in network marketing today. You have to watch that. Now, two things. First and foremost, you are going to pick up phenomenal things from that. Fraser, I've told you guys before, and I've known Fraser since Fraser was 3 years old. And it blows me away when I see what he does these days.
No.
Because You know, he was a kid playing in the corner of the room whilst me and his dad were pitching people for network marketing, and now he has thousands upon thousands of fans all over the world, and people go crazy when they hear Fraser Brooks' name. As Chella will tell you from the meeting today, when his name was brought up, they go crazy for him.
Crazy.
The guy knows so much about network marketing, particularly on Facebook. Make time and listen to the call and get on it. If you can get on it live, I would appreciate it, because right now, Fraser, being as competitive as he is having a call with Eric Worre, and he's seen all the other top players that have been interviewed by Eric Worre, and he's seeing how many people they're getting on the calls, and he's saying, I'm going to kill that. I'm going to get way more than that on my call. So get on the call.
Roger,
Yes.
Roger, I use the interview that Eric Worre did with Fraser this week. I use it. I have put it on my timeline. And if I have people that I have a call with and they are criticizing the business, I say, we are in network marketing. We are not scammers. Look at my timeline. There is Eric Worre interviewing Fraser, and I am in the business of his father.
Yep, absolutely.
And then there is silence.
Absolutely.
Use that.
And many people, they don't mention the fact that Fraser Brooks is actually a distributor for wealth generators as well, called Vera. So Fraser is actually platinum in our business. So,
he is still doing network marketing.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
He doesn't push it because his training encompasses every other business around.
Okay.
So he doesn't actually promote online because he doesn't want to affect the other sides of his business. But he still has a network marketing business with us.
Oh, okay,
So,
great.
Oh, nice.
So listen to the call. If you can't make it live, still watch the replay, because the information you will get off the replay is more than worth it. And again, Marilee, you've listened to his stuff. I think Julie, you have too. His stuff's amazing. And it was the fact that Peter was watching one of Fraser's lives when Fraser was interviewing Simon, and Simon gave out his telephone number, and that's how Peter came into the business.
Yeah.
So,
it was my wife who gave me his number.
Yeah. So you never know. You may actually find, by using things like that, you might find another Peter. And then I'm going to have someone else haunt me all night long. Guys, thank you for your time. It's getting late now. It's getting very, very late for some of you guys. Appreciate all of your time. I hope you found it worthwhile. The replay will be up in a couple of days' time. Watch it as many times as you can. Use it as much as you can. I will try to do much more calls like this and get much more information like this to try and help you with your business. But in the meantime, if any of you need any help from me, you know where I am. Reach out and we'll speak to you all soon. Thanks for your time. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.